Hi guys, so welcome to this video. My name is Paul Rose for those that don't know me, and I'm just going to share with you what I do, who I am, what I've done in the past, and how I've helped many other people as well. And let's see if it's a good fit for you. What do? I help people make money via property, even if they're starting with very little money at the beginning and they've got very little capital to play with. I help complete newbies to property, but also very experienced investors, and I help them make more money via property. I help them level up and build game-changing wealth. Without, and this is the key, without them needing to spend £10,000 or £20,000 on property education and masterminds. So what qualifies me to teach other people and to help people like yourself? Well, I've been in property for the last 20 years in various different areas. I've been an estate agent, had my own agency, been a developer, a landlord, an investor, a franchisor, and a successful founder of multiple businesses. Now, I co-founded the UK's biggest property sourcing network, and we franchised that business, and we had contracted revenue worth £3 million plus from our franchise network within year one. So to go from a standing start from zero to £3 million in contracted revenue in year one is pretty much unheard of in franchise terms and in business terms, to be quite honest as well. And we were the fastest growing property based franchise in the UK when we started, because we sold 50 franchise territories inside that first 18 months. Now, within my companies, I was personally involved in hundreds and hundreds of projects and creative property deals all over the UK. I co-founded a peer-to-peer property investment platform where investors can fund other people's projects, and that's now funded £85 million worth of property projects all over the United Kingdom. I scaled my own personal property portfolio over the last 20 years in what has been, if you imagine the past 20 years, there's been lots of ups and downs, and it's been an ever-changing property market, as you can imagine, but I've managed to scale a portfolio over that time. Now, in 2020, I successfully exited my property companies that I co-founded, and I sold my shares for, let's say, a few quid. I decided after the COVID pandemic, along with my wife, that we were going to emigrate, along with our dog Poppy, and that was a nightmare, getting a dog all the way across Europe and in and out of various different countries. But that's another story. So we decided to emigrate somewhere sunny and enjoy a slower pace of life, because I'd sold out on my businesses and I had a few quid. And that was always my goal. That was my own personal goal. Now, I've helped many, many people in the last 6 years repeat my success in terms of portfolio building, making more money in property, building wealth, helping people quit the day job and become better investors. Without, and like I said, without them needing to spend 10k or 20k on, to be quite frank, a lot of it is useless. The useless property masterminds and property mentorship programs they're not built to ensure that you get results. And I'll get into that in a bit. So you might say that I know a few things about property, making money, building wealth from a standing start. So that's what qualifies me to help others. So just some people that I've helped achieve their goals. Alex quit the day job, made 6 figures from the first 3 projects, which is insane. Kushal quit the day job and scaled a HMO development business and a portfolio of his own. Marzina, or Maz, completed multiple projects and she does them on joint ventures, and she's scaling her own portfolio as well. Rian scaled her portfolio to 10 plus properties in South Wales using the BRRR method. Darren scaled his portfolio to 10 plus properties using the same method in Yorkshire. Jack and Jonty scaled a property business in London. Yes, it is possible. And I'll share Jack and Jonty's story in a second with you. And they did that with high net worth investors from the USA. Simon completed multiple property deals, sourcing for his clients and scaling income. Tish has completed several projects now on behalf of his investor clients, sourcing and project managing. Nicky completed multiple property sourcing deals, netting £24,500 in just his first few deals. Stephen, I've helped him continue to grow and scale his portfolio in the UK because he's an investor that's based overseas. And Chris made £10,000 in a few weeks once we helped him master one money-making strategy. And he started from zero as well. Some of these other people did as well. And Ben, last but not least, has sold multiple deals by mastering his lead generation of off-market deals. Now, in the past 6 years, I've personally shared my own knowledge and helped multiple people achieve their property goals and much more. So that's just some of the comments and some of the success stories that we've had with a few of the people that have become clients and good friends over the last few years. So there's 3 types of people that I help: newbies, experienced investors, and people looking to build wealth, looking to put money in the bank, looking for a better way of living. We'd all like more money in the bank, I'm sure. And that's how I can help you. Now, Alex came to us wanting to make money, quit that day job, and we came up with a plan for him specifically, and he now works with investors who fully fund his project. So they fund 100% of the project that Alex is doing. And he's now completed 3 projects to date. His first one made him £37,000 profit, and that wasn't the total profit, that was just Alex's portion of the profit. So that was all of Alex's 37k. And his second and third projects are about to complete and will mean that he's earned well above 6 figures from his first 3 projects. Now, Alex didn't put, like I said, any money into his deals, and he was able to generate a 6-figure income with 0 investment. And he's now quit that day job, and he's now actually employing his brother in his business as well, because he's just so busy dealing with investors and projects and project managing. His brother's now coming to the business as well, which is really, really nice to see Alex doing so well. So let me talk about this. So the cost of Alex not getting our help, my help, is huge, as you can imagine, because he'd still be back in his day job, no 6-figure income, no fast-growing property business, just stuck earning a very much a capped salary and not building serious wealth and building a legacy for his own future, his brother's future, and the wider family. So the cost is huge, as you can imagine, if Alex hadn't joined us. So Kushal, I want to talk about Kushal because he's a slightly different kettle of fish. One that you may resonate with, actually, because this is so common. Now, Kushal was tired of feeling frustrated with property courses, and he just wanted results. That's all he wanted. Now, Kushal came to us after paying out thousands of pounds to a big-name property trainer in the UK, and he was going nowhere fast. He was left feeling frustrated that he'd wasted a few £1,000 on a course promising him an easy path to money. Now, we took Kushal on as a one-to-one client, and we came up with a real plan of action for him. And we helped him set up his very first joint venture with an investor partner. And since then, he's scaled up massively, and he's turning out some of the most amazing high-end HMO developments that are very, very impressive. Now, Kushal is today an experienced HMO developer in his own right. He has multiple projects under his belt, not to mention a growing portfolio of HMOs and a steady passive income as well. And that's even more impressive considering he was only actually interested in rent-to-rent when he joined us. I remember our first phone call really well. He was talking about rent-to-rent, how he wanted to get into it, how he wanted to build income. And he paid for a course. He wasn't going anywhere. And he was massively frustrated by that training that he'd done elsewhere that was far more expensive than what he actually paid us. So the cost of Kushal not getting my help, like Alex, is huge, because he'd be back in that moment where he felt lost, stuck, frustrated, annoyed at having wasted a few £1,000s on some property guru course. So he'd have no HMO portfolio, no developments, and again, back in that day job and feeling probably massively unfulfilled. And thankfully for Kushal, things turned out well, and he got more than he thought was possible, because he came to us thinking, I'd like to learn how to get into rent-to-rent, and now he's a developer. Now he's built his own portfolio. He's appeared on BBC's Homes Under the Hammer. He's been on the show there. You can see him with the presenter. That's me and Kushal on our monthly call. So what Kushal's done has been awe-inspiring, and he's been amazing. And it's been lovely to see his journey. And lastly, last but not least, Jack and John T. So Jack and John T, they were very much newbies looking to get into property and make some money and then scale up. So Jack and John T, they work in their day job as project managers for a very large London construction company. The type of construction company that build skyscrapers, huge things, and put in art installations and crazy stuff. So yeah, they work in London, they're based in London, and they wanted to initially build wealth via using creative strategies. They onboarded a high net worth investor from the USA, or a couple of them actually, and they've been busy sourcing multiple deals for clients in central London and doing amazing things. And our last deal was worth 11,000 quid. And they recently completed a deal whilst we were on our monthly one-to-one video call, which we all enjoyed. We're all having a giggle there. As you can see, we're all laughing away because John C took a phone call while we were on our video call and wrapped up the deal. So it was amazing. And Jack and John C, actually, they had concerns about being able to make money in property in the London market. And a lot of people do. I hear this a lot. London, does it work in London? And, Jack and John C was saying, and Jack, especially at the beginning, was saying, it's too expensive, it's a tough market, how are we going to make money? But we came up with a plan. And that has been executed really well. Now, Jack and John C are very capable guys, very professional in their approach, very good at what they do. And we now have an even bigger plan together to scale a second property business, which is seriously, mark my words, going to disrupt the property industry and offer something that will make these guys some serious money. Now, the cost of these guys not joining us is a bit different. So Jack and John T's journey would not be possible at all with normal mentoring programs, because the one-size-fits-all approach that a lot of them have, it wouldn't have worked with Jack and John T and what they wanted to do. So their journey has been one that has evolved over time, and it's now taking on this exciting new route, building this second property-based business that will generate them some serious cash flow and wealth in the next year. So what I want to talk about is people that I can't help, because I can't work with everybody and I don't want to work with everybody. So people that I can't help. I can't help people if you are the type of person that wants to get rich quick from property. You're the type of person that chases shiny pennies. You're always looking for the next get rich quick thing. Don't contact me. I don't want to hear from you. That's not who I work with, and I'm not going to waste my time with people that have that mindset. People also who don't have money to invest in themselves, you will need some money to work with me. To get the results that these people have got takes a bit of cash, and it takes a bit of investing in yourself. I also can't work with people that don't understand risk versus rewards, because rewards only come from taking calculated risks. So if you're very risk averse and you don't understand the risk reward formula, then I can't work with you. It won't work. I also can't work with people who don't have a can-do attitude. I only like working with motivated people, serious people, people who are looking to take action. If you're not any of these people, then don't contact me. This is not for you. Go and do something else. Everyone else, I can help. Even if you're a complete newbie to property, you've got zero experience, not a problem. I can help you grow. I can give you the knowledge, and I can guide you along the way and push you towards goals. So what makes me different to the 10K, 20K property masterminds that you might have come across, probably will definitely have come across? I eliminate the biggest risk there is in property training. And most people actually out there, they fail with property training because it's due to a lack of support and real guidance. Now, we support you ongoing until you achieve your goals. Nobody else does that. Nobody else in the UK, no other property training company, no other no big name person that you see on YouTube or Insta or Facebook, whatever. Don't care how big the company is. Don't care who they are. Nobody offers support until you achieve your goals. And our pricing model is simple. And this is what blows people's socks off. And they don't understand it. Like, really? What's the catch? Our pricing model is simple. You pay us one fee, but you retain me as your mentor for as long as you need my help. And the reason that I can do that, we can talk about on the phone if you want to take things forward. Now, we charge a very reasonable fee for this, and it's nothing like the 20K or even the 10K programs that are out there. We are much more affordable, and we have payment options for people, for the right people, because we have to make sure that we can work together. So I want to talk about the truth. So why most property education in the UK, even the 20K programs, masterminds, will fail you. They will fail you. And I know they will. And this is why. So most big educators use ex-students to teach you. But they're going to charge you 10K or 20K. This is an absolute joke, and it has to stop. It's insane that that happens. You get ideas presented to you on a stage that are designed to wow you and make you think, wow, that's amazing. But they very rarely actually give you the how. They're very good at the wow, but they're not very good at the how. And you really do need to understand how. Because if you don't know how to do things, you're never going to be able to make any money. Now, support is massively limited in a lot of property education. Excuse me. And it's limited because a lot of it is given in a group session. It's a roundtable thing. It's a weekly webinar. You're in a group. You're very much part of a group, and then you're fighting against everybody else to try and get your questions answered. And it's just not enough. When people are paying 10K, 20K, and you're thrown into a big group, I'm sorry, that's poor. That is really poor. Now, most of my one-to-one mentoring clients are paid for the big programs out there, the very biggest, the most expensive, and then they come to us. And that should tell you a lot. That should tell you a hell of a lot. Really think about that. People are paid 20K for training, and then they've come to me because they need ongoing personalized support. They need that personal touch. They need somebody to mentor them one-to-one. And that personal support and guidance that is specific to them and their own unique situation, because not everybody's the same. We're not all coming from the same background. We're not all coming from the same area of the UK. We don't all have the same amount of money to invest. We're all in different places at the starting line. And we've all got different goals as well. So this cookie cutter approach of everybody gets the same training and there's barely any support, it doesn't work. It fails you. It fails you. And I see it failing all the time because a lot of my clients I work with, they've already been there and done it. They've already paid the silly sums of money to these trainers. Now, even the biggest training companies out there only provide that one-size-fits-all approach to training. Even if you give them 20 grand, you're just going to get the same old training, mentorship, mastermind thing that everybody else gets. And it doesn't work. Now, 20K for a year, and this, one of the big name gurus, big name training companies out there, this is what they charge, £20,000 for a year of limited support and coaching. That's what you get. That's obscene. And I exist in property education purely to offer a real alternative because it's not right. It's honestly, it's not right that this is the only route into property education and people feel the need to go into debt and pay silly sums of money. So how can you work with me? This is it. Very simple. That was it. So how can you work with me? Book a call with me. Click the button or follow the link on the page that you're on. Think about this. So I've done what you're trying to do. So it's probably a good idea, logically, to work with me because I've already done it. So I've been where you are right now. And over the last 20 years, built up the knowledge, been successful. And for the last 6 years, like I said, I've mentored and coached many, many people like yourself, pushing them way beyond what they thought was possible when they started out. And that is what I do. And that's how you can work with me. So the call itself, when I say book a call, what is it? The call isn't a sales call. It's not a hard pitch or anything like that. We just have a chat. Me and you, let's just have a chat. If it's for you, and we think you have what it takes to be successful with my help, then I may well offer you a place on our mentorship program where I can work with you one-to-one and you get lifetime access to me personally. Or if I don't have capacity, I may have to put you on a waiting list because at times my diary fills up and I can't take on new members. So we do operate a waiting list. Now, if we think you're not the right fit for us and we think, hang on a minute, we have the conversation and we just don't feel it, I'm not going to offer you a place. I'll give you honest feedback and I'll tell you why, and you won't be offered a place on our lifetime property and business coaching program. Now, when you book the call, if you click the button on the page now, you'll be sent to a Calendly link. You choose your date and your time, and that's it. But we do ask you a couple of questions. So you must answer the questions when you book the call, because if you don't answer those questions, that doesn't help me. That doesn't help me at all. And straight away, you're off to a negative start. So please answer the questions as detailed as you can when you book the call, and we'll just have a chat and let's see if we can work together. So what I can offer you and how we can work together. So I offer property mentoring with a difference, because you get lifetime access to one-to-one property mentorship with myself and business coaching as well, because a lot of this is about business and building your own business. You get daily support via WhatsApp to me, so you get access to my own personal WhatsApp. You get access to 4 online property courses covering various different strategies and investment techniques. I give you access to our members community, which is packed full of investors and property people, other people like you, all striving to push and hit their goals. And I also give you access to discounts on software that will come in handy, and also accounting services too. And there's lots of other bonuses, free updates to all the courses and various other bonuses as well. So that is it. If you want to work with us and you want to change your life and you want to build income in property and you want to take your next steps, then places are limited. And the only way you can get involved in this is you need to book a call. Book a call, let's have a chat, and let's see if it's right for you. Thanks for listening, and hopefully I'll be catching up with you on a call in a few minutes. Thank you.